I want to talk to you about what is going on in the United States, a bit of politics, and we have to talk about the mainstream media, because we've spoken about before how biased it can be. Many of the outlets just seem to lie repeatedly, whether it's coverage of Donald Trump, whether it's COVID or Joe Biden's health. CNN's Jake Tapper is now somehow going to be profiting from his book Original Sin, which details Biden's mental decline. Now, this is a bit about what his book actually goes into, including George Clooney's encounter with the president at a fundraiser in LA.
One of the shocking things that we learned at a June fundraiser in Los Angeles, George Clooney was stunned when President Biden appeared to not recognize him. The president was saying, hi, hi, hi. He walked over to George Clooney. The aide says, you know George. And Biden said, yeah, hi, how you doing? And George Clooney attempted small talk. But according to people in that little clutch, it was very apparent that Biden did not recognize George Clooney, one of the most recognizable faces in the world, and somebody he'd known for decades, and somebody that was throwing this fundraiser for him.
So this is what we're hearing from Jake Tapper now, but can we just take a look back at his comments while Joe Biden was in power?
Is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You have no. It's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
and try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline. President Biden embraces his stutter, talking about it, while Trump mocks it, exaggerates it, belittles it. He's sharp physically. I mean, mentally. Yeah. I think the question is physically, right? You have questioned President Biden's age, mental fitness, ability to lead. Of those supporting Biden, you said, quote, shame on all of you pretending everything is okay. You're leading us and him into a disaster. Do you worry that you damaged him at all? I don't doubt that you got hugs and handshakes behind closed doors today. False claims to the Wall Street Journal about President Biden's mental fitness.
I mean, how is it that Jake Tapper is now selling a book? He's going to be making profits about Joe Biden's mental decline after spending years covering it up.
Well, if this doesn't wake up the American people and how much they've been lied to by mainstream media, then I don't know what will. I mean, this is proof in the pudding. This you have it right here. I mean, this just goes to show you, and it wasn't just the liberal media, hiding so many of his cognitive decline. It was other politicians. It was Pelosi. It was Adam Schiff. It was so many other American politicians that were lying to make Biden look so much better. So, you have to ask, what else are they lying about? What else did they lie about? And this goes for liberal mainstream media as well. What else are they lying about? Now, as you know, I was part of mainstream media for 15 years on CBS News in Los Angeles. And it got to the point where when I was covering COVID, I was like, we are lying to the American people. And I couldn't do it anymore. So, we have folks like myself and other people who speak out, but this is on a much bigger scale, reaching much more people. And this needs to wake up the American people. What's the future of journalism at this point, and politics? How many more lies can the American people accept? Because there should be anger amongst the American people on both sides of the aisle, particularly those who were pro-Biden and wanted him to run a second term.
Absolutely. It's absolutely outrageous that Jake Tapper is now selling a book about Biden's decline after spending years and years convincing the American people that there was, nothing to see here, even though if you're playing along closely and watching Joe Biden closely, you could see the decline for yourself. But we have to talk about the future of the Democrats, what a mess that party is at the moment. And the question is, who's going to run for the Democratic Party in 2028? And there's speculation around Pete Buttigieg. He's Biden's former transportation secretary, and he's spoken at a town hall in Iowa. He said the Dems are not in a position to wallow in hindsight. Here's a bit more of what he had to say.
The vast majority of people in this country understand that what makes America America is that the American people bow to no king.
More anti-Trump rhetoric in there. But what do you think? Has he got a good chance? I suppose when you look at the others, there's still the option of Kamala Harris or someone like Gavin Newsom.
Oh, well, so look, I think AOC's up there as well. I think she has a lot of people to run. Sure, run. Go ahead. They are radicalized, and I don't think they have a shot at winning. I do think that Pete, there's a very good chance that he is going to be a front runner in 2028. But they're radicalized liberals. I don't even know if I'd call them Democrats at this point. So I don't know how far they would go. The Democratic Party is in such a disarray right now. I think that they have way too many chefs in the kitchen or cooks in the kitchen, whatever that saying is right now.
Yeah.
And I think they're I think they're trying to figure it out, but they're having a really difficult time in doing so. I think that they can all agree on one thing, that no matter what Trump does, even if it's what they suggested or if it's what they've done in the past, they spin it somehow and are just going to poo-poo on Trump. It's so ridiculous. So in 4 years, I mean, thankfully we have another 4 years of Trump. We're still in the beginning of this, but in 2028, it's going to be so interesting to see what's going to happen in American politics.
Absolutely. And finally, there's been some chaos at Capitol Hill today during a hearing where RFK Jr. was testifying about how the health agency's 2026 budget aligns with Trump's agenda. Now, RFK Jr. did not even finish his opening statement when climate protesters made a scene.
The budget I'm presenting today supports these goals and reflects.
RFK Jr. also took on the Democrat members of Congress, reminding them of what Maha has been able to achieve in just 100 days.
Anybody thinks that we did gold standard medicine in this country from these institutions, look at our children. They're the sickest children in the world. Laura, you say that excuse me, Congressman DeLauro, you say that you've worked for 20 years on getting food dye out. Give me credit. I got it out in 100 days.
I'll give you that credit.
All right, so let's work together and do something that we all believe in, which is have healthy kids in our country, for God's sake.
Ms. Dean.
Do that together. It's not, there's no such thing as Republican children or Democratic children. There's just kids, and we should all be concerned with them.
And he absolutely deserves credit with what he's been able to achieve in a short time with his agenda to make America healthy again. Brittney, can I get your reaction to what happened at Capitol Hill today?
Yeah, so I mean, I can talk about this for hours because I have gone down the rabbit hole for years now about the chemicals that are in our food in America. The FDA allows chemicals in our food that's banned in 50 other countries around the world, including China. What is in our foods is absolutely despicable and disgusting. It shouldn't, he's absolutely right, and shouldn't be about Republican versus Democrats. I'm not sure what the heck the problem is, why the liberals and the Democrats want to continue to allow all of these chemicals in our foods. We see Australia, all over Europe. We see you guys not putting these same chemicals, Canada, in our foods. Why are we? No, it's possible. Why do we allow it? It's utter disgusting. And the irony of a Ben and Jerry's person who got up, an ice cream person, that it's filled with so many preservatives anyway. The irony of that heckler doing what he or she did. I mean, it's such BS. I don't. What are they heckling about? This man's trying to make our food healthier for you, for me, for their kids, for your grandparents, your parents. What's the problem here? Like, this is a nonpartisan issue. Like. I don't understand why are you having protesters in this type of meeting? What are they trying to prove and solve by RFK Jr. trying to eliminate preservatives and make our food cleaner? Like, shouldn't we all be agreeing to this? I don't know. And he's right. The diseases, the sicknesses, the autoimmune diseases that we're seeing in children, all based off the food and dyes and stuff that is allowed in our food. That's not allowed over in Australia.
Yeah, I know. I think Americans should be pretty grateful that they've got RFK Jr. in this position as a health secretary. But Brittney Hopper, we have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour. It was so good to talk to you again.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much.